Good evening, people. Good evening. You wondering who's this? What? This don't look like Rich. Nah, it's me. I'm filling in for Rich tonight. Hope we're all keeping well, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. And the Palace contingency. We got them in the studio in the background. They're here. They're gassed. I'm gassed for them. Uncle Paddy doing his thing. But this is Get Amped, the phone-in show where you guys, whoever you support, whatever teams, we got obviously Palace fans, Man United fans, Liverpool fans, City fans, and all over the world. So if we've got any La Liga, anyone watching, this is all for you. The floor is yours to give your opinions. And you know what? Enough talking from me already. Let me bring in and introduce. You may have just seen them in the last stream. If you haven't watched it, I will recommend you go check it out. Even if you're not a Palace fan, it's nice to see other fans content at times. We in this world, we like to thrive off of negativity, but you can see all the positivity beaming from JC and Nate. How you doing, man?
The smile, as Nate said, it hasn't left. The smile's not going to leave.
3 words: glad or over.
Hey, I'm happy for you, man. I'm really
Super Pat Vieira.
Exactly. Tell them again. What was that? First to get sacked? What was that? Palace are going to get relegated. Yeah.
There you go.
Media, hold that. Talk to
him.
But before we go, we had our say. We want to hear from the other fans, so we should probably start with the Prem because that's our bread and butter.
100%.
That's true. And we'll bring in...
Team, before we do kick off the Prem, I want to talk about a certain team in France because they held Corn today. Woo!
3-0. You are right. That was horrendous. 3-0, it's just gone from bad to worse. Was it this week? No, it was last week, wasn't it? The PSG game. Real Madrid. 3-0. It's shocking. They're still top of the league. They're going to win it anyway. But yeah, it's just all going downhill as soon as Poch is linked to United. It's that United curse again. But speaking of United, we have got a United fan in here. Can't start speaking about them without introducing Orest. How you doing, my bro?
Yes, I'm doing good. Big up everyone here.
Big up,
Orest.
Big up everyone in the chat because we've got Santine here saying Popcorn Gang, hit that like button. Look at that brush with the popcorn. This is for you guys. If you're watching over on YouTube or Twitch, click that link and then you'll be in the studio and we'll come in. You guys talk about what you want. We'll talk about your club. We'll throw banter as well. Nate and JC, they're going to be on it tonight. I'm just going to say that, Orest, be careful. Be careful what you say because...
No. Listen, it's free license today. We're too happy to go mad on people. Just no mention of no seaweeds and that. You'll be fine.
True. I need to remember where I'm at. I can say it on my channel, but I can't say it here. So I will have to be careful there. But Rich still got no voice.
JC, I think we're allowed to read. Maybe this once, but we'll see.
Is it his Get Amped debut? Because if so, then we can allow it.
As a host, it is his debut, not on the show, but it's his host's debut. So we'll give him this little bye.
Well, yeah, you get your one slip up.
But this is what I'd say though, lads. Like, if you go to Dubai, then you don't get treated differently, do you? If you're not following the rules. So I've got to stay the same here. I've got to remember that. Rich still got no voice. Pick up yourself, Essex Eagle. He was in the background. He was chatting. His voice did sound like it was going. He was very weak.
He sounds like a Dalek. Put it that way. Exterminate.
I'll just say it was gone during the fan cam. So.
Hey, but if you're in the Holmesdale Road end, you don't have a voice when you leave the Holmesdale. That's what happens when you got a vocal singing section,
100%.
Rich, you lot look different. Only joking. Look to yourself, Louis. I know. He's doing a Michael Jackson. Some people will say Rich is. Big up Neil as well. We got Super Pat.
Yeah, big up the chairman every time.
Exactly, the chairman's in the house, and Tariq. You see what I mean? I'm not doing this again, lads. It's over. It's over. And the UK Pat Mitchell at the back, Elise in attack. Singing. If you heard it, I heard it at the end. I loved it. Was that chant mate come out today, or was it being at Selhurst before?
It made its debut
for a while.
It made its debut, I think, in the FA Cup. Yeah, in the derby. It made its debut in the derby. But even then, we kind of nicked it off Chelsea. But Chelsea had an original song. Was like Chelsea came up with an original song? What? Is that a thing? Because they've only got one song: Chelsea, 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 Chelsea.
Chelsea fans, get in here. Come on, calm us down. You know, I'm an Arsenal fan. If you don't know,
Chelsea fans are trying to buy Palace membership so they can go to Wembley.
That wouldn't surprise me. That's Chelsea fans' fault. They did it for West Brom when they won the league, didn't they? With Batshuayi, and they bought loads of tickets off West Brom fans. But here we go. But Orest, big up yourself, man. How you doing? And yes, let's talk to me. Have you got anything that you want to say in particular? Because wow, the last time United played was on Tuesday in that 1-0 defeat against Atletico Madrid. Things haven't changed really since then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. For me, I think the fans care more than the players actually care for me. But it is what it is. We just move on. But I've got some, like, any United fans in the comments, I've got some like massive updates with the manager updates. So basically, tomorrow there will be a meeting with the United board with Ten Hag tomorrow in Amsterdam in Ajax. So there's going to be a meeting with Ten Hag. So I think Ten Hag is going to be the one that's joining Man United. But it is what it is, man. For me, we just, because the Palace fans are enjoying themselves right now, obviously. But United, mate, getting knocked out of the UCL. I think it's since Ferguson left, we were only qualified in the round of 16 only twice. I think. It's just embarrassing for me. We've got overhyped players in our football clubs. So. What can I say? Arsenal doing good as well, Tariq. Arteta doing his job. But
what's she speaking about Arsenal? What's your thoughts on the top four now that Spurs have won again? I know you beat Spurs in your last victory in the Prem, but when we're looking at the grand scheme of things, it's not looking great, and Arsenal continuing to win against teams and pick up the points where they need to. How is that making you feel as we're going to enter the final bit of the season now?
No, I'm not confident at all, mate. That's my feeling. I'm not confident at all. There's not, for me, I can't believe in this team when they can't be consistent every game. One game they have a win or draw, the next game they just lose. For me, I can't be confident in this team. But for me, this top four race, I don't believe we can get it, but let's just see what happens in a few weeks' time.
There you go. And we've got Elmo in the place, the Palace. Big up yourself, my bro, man. What's your thoughts on United in their last game being out of the Champions League? Do you think Ralph is the man? Of course, his first game was against you guys, wasn't it? Was his first one?
It was a good game, yeah. It was a good game.
No, his first home win was against us, I think.
Yeah, 1-0, yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Fred, yeah.
Yes, and even in the second half, Palace had that massive chance with Jordan Ayew, was it in the end? So we've seen it's been the same, hasn't it? When you look at United, they have one half of great football, and then the next half, it's not looking too good. But what was your guys been the outside view looking at United?
Getting a new manager ain't going to fix them because they've gone for the big brand signings that will sell merchandise. Whereas if you build a team around a squad of players that have to earn their stripes, you get results from it. That's what United's DNA is built on. Look at the ill-fated Busby Babes. None of them were household names. They became household names because of the tragedy of the Busby Babes. The class of 92, again, were not household names, but they became household names. It's all well and good signing Ronaldo, signing Pogba because they're big shirt deals and whatnot. But where are they in the big games when you need them?
Exactly that.
You've got to look at the wage bill at United as well. It's mental, isn't it? I think
it's scandalous.
Ronaldo's on like $500,000 a week. Pogba's up there in the 300s. De Gea's up there in the 300s. You've got to think that the clubs run very poorly as well, in the sense of these players have got so much money. Do they really need to play football that well? Like they've got no incentive, really.
We've just got some people, yeah.
Like it's all that money, but it's all that like in other clubs you earn most of your money in the bonuses you get, but United it's all given to you before you even kick the ball.
Mate, we've got players that just take the money and then walk away. They don't care about the result. For me, they just take the money and walk on because they know that they get paid good. So they just take their money and then walk off. That's what they do.
Do you know, there's another talking point, in fact, and everyone can chime in on this one, because with the whole Marcus Rashford situation, what's your thoughts on it? Because player abuse, it's been around for a long time. Like, it's been spoke about when it comes on social media for a long time now. And this week, one of the England, a 19-year-old from Worcester has been charged and come out admitting with that he racially abused Marcus Rashford. And there was something else saying that Marcus Rashford is the second most abused athlete on social media. So what's your thoughts on this? Because, you know, I've seen abuse go at Marcus Rashford for this as well.
Personally, I rate it. Like, because how can you give it but not take it? You know what I mean? And the sense of...
Oh, for the love of God.
Oh, man.
Yeah. For me.
I rate it, man. I think if they can give it, they can receive it. And I think that it's probably about time that a player just has enough of it, really. Because if there's no reaction to it, then people are just going to keep poking and trying to get away with it. But obviously, with Wilfried Zaha's done it a couple of times. He's exposed his DMs, and all those people have been subsequently arrested. And one of them was like a 16-year-old kid. You're thinking that's just bad parenting there.
Yeah, exactly that.
You see, Nicky, I told you. You come for me, I'll come back in silence.
The Dexter's laboratory one.
Also, what is Matt? He's hiding me. Matt's hiding. That's what he's doing.
Oh,
That's still working.
I'm calling out Matt, you know. I told Rich privately, where's Matt? But yeah, my thoughts with Rashford, for me, I don't rate Rashford at all. For me, I saw the video, I did see it. For me, it's unacceptable. For me, all right, abuse is 100% wrong. But criticizing a player and then a player can't take the criticism, then what's the point? What was that?
yo, that's wild.
As I was saying, if Rashford can't take criticism, then I want him gone personally. Because when you're a footballer, you got to understand the basis. If you're playing bad, you got to accept the criticism. But if you can't, then what can you say about Rashford?
Yeah, criticism is one thing, right? But as JC said, when it comes to racism, we saw that in the Euro 2020 final. If Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, and Marcus Rashford had scored their penalties, nobody would have been sending those racist messages. Literally nobody would have been. But because they missed those penalties, and England didn't really play that well in the final, all of a sudden, oh, they're not English, no, they're African, they're this, they're that. Mm-hmm. It's been a problem in not necessarily English culture, but in football culture for years. Bear in mind, a former Palace chairman got in trouble for saying something very touchy in relation to black players, and he tried to swear off. Oh, I'm not racist, but Rod, it doesn't sound like that to everybody else listening, because you're the chairman of a club from a very ethnically diverse area.
Oh wow!
Oh no! I mean, the likeness. There we go.
He's got the hat on.
He's even got the hat as well.
Rich, get back in here now. Rich, get the fuck back in here, man.
This actually happened.
See, when you look at the racist abuse that players suffer, if it's a case of players, fans are calling them crap because they had a bad performance, fair enough. You kind of just have to filter it out, because some bloke from Dagenham telling you were crap, it shouldn't really affect you, because that's just their opinion. When it gets to racist abuse, though, that's different, because nobody wants to be getting racist. Nobody wants to be on the receiving end of racist abuse.
Yeah. You are right.
I was just saying, Nicky, it's a good thing I wasn't in that photo, because there was no chance.
Luke couldn't let you go. He would not. Luke ain't. Oh,
I've got no chance.
Yeah, he had to jump. He's escaping this corn from Nicky.
Mate,
man.
I'll need the ladder.
No, you'll need a scissor lift, JC.
Oh man, Rich is a bully. You see that? Even Vibes is chiming in on it now.
Vibes is in your corner, Nicky. That's true.
So, thanks, Vibes. I appreciate that.
But yeah, back to what you were saying in terms of the racism thing. I think it also it's happened with along British culture, because even in tennis, when it wasn't Andy Murray, he came out and he said, "Oh, when I win, I'm British, and when I lose, I'm Scottish."
Yeah. That's
So-
all rubbish.
Do you know what I mean? So but with racism, it's even worse. And football as a whole hasn't done enough to, we've got to take the knee now. And right now, I'm in sort of we don't get too political, but when we talk about it like Wilfried Zaha, how he still stands up because and his reason is because he doesn't feel that it's nothing still being done and it's meaningless in a way, and you got to agree with this point and you got to understand it, because it's still happening on a regular basis and abuse doesn't stop. We need to stop all abuse overall to players. But yes, you can. I hear what Orest is saying. You can criticize players, but it's beyond that.
There is a line. There's a line in the sand, and don't cross that line in the sand. Otherwise, all your criticism, all your opinions are just going to be ignored to the point where you will be ridiculed. You will be, given the spotlight, and it's not a very good spotlight to have.
Yeah. So, for example, right, as an Arsenal fan, let's say Thomas Partey has a very below average game. You could say, Jesus, Partey was rubbish. That's an opinion. You're not trying to go deep into it and say, but because Partey's from Africa, these African players don't adjust to the Premier League. If you say something remotely to do with geography or race or heritage, that's outright out of order, because that has nothing to do with the players themselves. But the second that you try to get personal with it, because Zaha, for example, actually put up monkey emojis on his Instagram story to prove that the abuse he was getting was because, you're a monkey, die, you're a monkey, you should die, It's like, none of you would say this to his face, though, you cowards. It's easy to say it behind a keyboard and talk tough on a keyboard, but say it to the man's face. Oh, wait, you won't, because you'll get slapped up.
Exactly that is true, and that's where these people. Are you hearing a bit of noise coming from my side here?
I think is it Nicky?
Nah. I think it's coming from my wall or something. I'm not sure, but apologies, people, if you can hear it in the background. But yeah, big up to everyone. Big up to yourself, Graham. And also, the link is pinned in the comments, so feel free to jump in. Whoever you support, we've got Orest, a Man United fan. We've got Nicky. We've got JC. We've got Nate, Crystal Palace fans, and myself, an Arsenal fan. So, but the floor is yours tonight to talk and hear your opinions. It would be great. Throw some banter. Santi, where are you at? Everyone, wives, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Orest, question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather not make the Champions League this season if it means United go through a proper rebuild?
Yeah, I'll accept that. I'll accept.
Because remember, Tariq, Arsenal had to do that. People banter on Arsenal. Arsenal are at the Champions League. Look where they are now, though. They went through a couple of worrying years where they looked like they were going to drop out. But now look at Arteta. He's been given the time to build something. And now you're like, do you know what? Arsenal aren't elite level, but they're closer than they have been. United need that. You need to stop signing players just for the sake of the brand and focus on the players themselves. It's all well and good having a Ronaldo or Pogba or Cavani, this, that, the other. That's great for the merchandise. But do these players turn up when you need them most? Look at the Manchester derby recently. You were like, mate, this is embarrassing. Mm-hmm. It's all well and good getting spun by Watford, who are shit, and it doesn't really matter. But getting spun by a team that you genuinely have a rivalry with, that's painful. And look, United fans don't want that. It's one thing to lose to a team where the loss is just, it's a loss. But losing to City or Liverpool, that has ramifications. That stings. Like, do you know what I mean? If Arsenal lose to Spurs, that stings like hell for tea. If we lose to the Seaweed, we're pissed. It's inconceivable, but it's like, I can take a defeat to anyone else in the league, but not them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's also just to add into that, when you are coming up against your rivals, no matter the difference in quality, you have to turn up. Like it has to be one of your best performances of the season. It's your cup final, even if they are much better than you. Man City, when they played United, when I was a lot younger, Man City were nothing, but they still used to pick up wins and make it a close game.
Hello, one top and them, man.
That's why we call them the noisy neighbours. Spurs, I always hated playing Spurs, even when we were the creme de la creme. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it should be. And that's how, look at Millwall against you guys. there's a complete different disparity. But Millwall took the lead, I know your quality showed in the end, and you had to, because otherwise you'd have been questioning the players' mentality, and that's the issue.
We kind of played rush goalie to give them a head start. Little brother setting them back, because we got to give these little teams a chance in the cup. You know them ones. It was like, it's been 9 years. You kind of need a little pick me up. So here you go. Here, have a free goal on us. And then we was like, no, that's it. You've had your chance now. Boom, boom, 2-1. Got the South London derby out the way. But I know what you're saying. It's all well and good losing in a game that's meaningless. Like, there's no needle to it. But when it comes to this is the biggest game of your season, don't lose.
Yeah. If I saw AWB in person, I'd ask if he only buys left foot shoes in Foot Locker. That's just, yo.
You know what it is? That £50 million feels so much better by the day.
Exactly. And in response to that, he must have left the right.
Yes, Essex.
You see, look, he vibes tuning in. Essex, I love it. This is what we need from the Palace faithful tonight. My basketball bracket has more holes than the roof at Old Trafford.
Yes, Santi.
This is, you see what I'm saying?
Matt's in the comment, mate. Matt, join.
Here we go. Matt, we got Orison here. Matt, if you're free.
Mate, Matt, join me.
Palace Streakers vibes highlighted me. And he's
Come on, Matt. Join in. Come on.
Jump in, mate. Jump in.
Jump in, mate.
Matt, yeah. Tied himself to the stream like a fan at the goodness turn. And look, even Rich is there laughing. You need to get Rich concentrating, but you know what I mean? By the way, Palace fans, the last time you was at Wembley, who did you play? Oris is there. So the reason
speak about it.
This is the,
but he's not going to be there this year.
Well, to be fair, Tariq, we lost to Mark Clattenburg, so not really. It's not.
That
really
is a
a
sin
sin.
bin of offense, and I think
That's
Rich
a sin
is
bin.
sin bin you.
That's a sin, bin, Tariq.
That's a sin. You don't bring that up here.
Wait, hang on.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
There you go. Have that.
Let me finish. Right. The reason why I was actually going to banter Orest about this, because Palace could win a trophy in a space that you haven't. What's happening?
Mate, relax. For me, I don't know if you guys seen the draw, but Palace just got Chelsea. That's a big game for Palace. But
they just drew. They've picked up 4 points against Man City. Orest.
And I know, but Chelsea, mate, Chelsea they're going to turn up for FA Cup. But for me, Palace win a trophy, then forget me coming into this corner show, because that's going to be embarrassing if Palace win and United don't. But it is what it is. But spot for the menu. Relax. But for me, I don't know. Question for the three Crystal Palace fans here. Are you confident of beating Chelsea?
Yes.
No, I'm just looking more. I'm looking more forward just to the day out at Wembley.
Listen, anything can happen. If Wigan can go and beat Big Man City in the FA Cup,
yeah,
why can't we go beat Chelsea?
There you go.
100%. Just as we were saying on our stream earlier, to get this far in the cup, you're not a pushover. So really, anything can happen. League football and cup and knockout football are two different breeds completely. So league football means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a Charlton fan try to banter us, say, "Oh, you haven't played anyone. We've beaten every team we've played and beat them in 90 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, by the way, you lot lost to the worst team in the league, in the Premier League, at home to Norwich. So even we didn't do that, and we're meant to be lesser than you. But, these smaller clubs in SE7 need to just take a lesson. But no, look, Chelsea, it's never a great time to play Chelsea. But you know what it is? Why can't we go and beat Chelsea? Because, it could be worse. We're going to have to play Man United again and have Mark Clattenburg cheat us out of an FA Cup.
Mm-hmm. It's very true. Here we go. And this is what we got to think about when it comes to Chelsea with the form. Come on, Chelsea fans, you're more than welcome to shut me up. But, with the refereeing decisions they've been receiving lately against Newcastle, for example, where they should have had a red card with Kai Havertz and then a penalty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't given. I saw the exact same thing happen to Granit Xhaka against City, but, it was given. So, but I actually believe in Palace that they could get something against anyone, against Liverpool on a day, against Man City, against Chelsea. Chelsea are let's be honest, they're the weakest team out of the ones that have just made it through. So,
however, we are weaker because we can't play Gallagher.
I heard something about that though, JC.
No,
Is it?
he can't play at all.
So there's
Chelsea would need to give permission for him to play, and I don't see them doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see Chelsea doing that either. But they did allow Thibaut Courtois to play in the Champions League against them when he was at Atletico Madrid. So I don't think the same situation is going to happen. But yeah, Nikki, let's hear your thoughts on this in terms of, you know, you got to play Chelsea coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to that, what's the most important thing that you need to see on that pitch? Do you need to have got Conor Gallagher? Is there a certain player that you think needs to play and come in and replace him?
I think the one thing that we've never lacked in is heart.
Yeah.
You wear this shirt, you wear this red and blue shirt, and you bleed red and blue, no matter what. So what I'm looking for in that semi-final is the belief that, hey, if we actually, you know, ignore Chelsea, ignore their history, ignore their trophy cabinet, you know, that doesn't matter. That doesn't change a match. That doesn't affect a match's result. It's what happens during that 90 minutes. Matt, that's harsh. Yeah, what I'm looking for is just them to go out there, have a good day, and, you know, believe that we have a 1 in 4 chance of winning the FA Cup. Who's to say that we can't do it? If Wigan can do it, we can do it. You know,
Exactly.
it's happened before. We've seen smaller teams, not small teams, smaller teams win the FA Cup. Why can't it be us?
Very true. Very true. And Oris, would you take an FA Cup? I know you're not in it now, but like for next season, would you take a trophy or top 4?
Obviously, a trophy. Top 4 doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something to the Glazers, but what does it mean to the fans? For me, I want a trophy. Even if it's the Carabao Cup, which I don't even rate that highly, but I'll take any trophy, mate.
Yeah. Any trophy. I like that. I rate that because there's a lot of, you know, United fans. You're probably one of them, Morris, but you probably, you know, come with age and sort of sense. You'd banter me about winning the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? So, well, hey, beat a trophy, even for Palace, yeah. Like, I'm looking at the situation now. Patrick Vieira, he's a serial winner. That's what teams crave for, is to have a manager who knows how to win, and he can do that, and he's doing it attractively. Elise, my words, I don't even think Elise was that great today for Elise's standards, but he's still easily the best player on the pitch, in my eyes.
Mark Guay for me was good.
Yeah, after a shaky start, that's mentality. That's what was class about him, because he didn't let his head drop within the opening minutes. So, and then he went and scored, and then after that he was much better, I thought. And what a great week for Mark Guay. He's into the England side now. So it's fantastic for him. Vibes, I love you.
That's something to bring up. Is there a player in and around the selection that wasn't in the squad that should be in there? Because honestly, I question the fact that why Tyrick Mitchell, and I'm a little bit biased, I will admit, why Tyrick Mitchell wasn't included in the squad when I would say certain players.
I've definitely got one. How is Mings in there in front of Tomori?
And how is that?
Because Southgate loves him.
Oh, it's very simple. It's very simple. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire play for what club? Let's be honest. Bukayo Tomori, Luke Thomas, and Tyrick Mitchell on form all deserve a call up more than those players.
Yeah.
And
if
Southgate
Grealish as well. Grealish shouldn't have made it on his form.
Yeah, but has he left Natty Klein's pocket yet? I don't think he has. He's still in Natty Klein's pocket from Monday night.
Natty Klein's still in jail because he got found with 100 million in his pocket.
Yeah, he got
let on bail to play today, but that's it.
No, he's out on day release from Brixton Prison.
Exactly.
That's it. Sporting integrity. Sporting integrity.
Is that what they're going to call it? You see, they probably would say it like that after they trying to get get the game played behind closed doors yesterday. So think about it like that. And
it's not fair that our fans can't go up to Middlesbrough.
I don't know.
But it was totally fair for you to use blood money to win all those trophies. Mm-hmm.
There was still fans.
Double
there,
standards. There was about
760 fans.
Yeah. Because those tickets were sold before the sanctions. So the tickets were sold before the sanctions. So, but the government, Chelsea are trying to get the government to release tickets through Ticketmaster for the semi-finals. Like, no. You're under sanctions. You're not needed at Wembley because you don't turn up at Wembley anyway. Because all we hear is Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. They only sing one song. Boring.
And
but
they sing
I will
Champions
say,
of Europe as well. That's BS, man.
They can't.
I will say,
go to Europe now.
And they can't
exactly.
say government of Europe or whatever, mate.
I will say though, if we do get past Chelsea and City get past Liverpool, Pep's going to be sweating bullets because he don't like playing Vieira. He must be getting pissed. It was like, I can't score against Crystal Palace. What is going on? It's like, mate, not everybody can come to Selhurst Park and win. It's not an easy place to come.
And
there is a question there, mate.
Especially United, mate. Especially United.
When we Essex Eagle, just following on that point, Nate, we play better against bigger teams. So, and
massively unlucky against Liverpool at home. Away, they blew us away. We got nowhere near them in the Anfield game.
At
the Emirates, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the Tompkins sub. That was on us. It was like, that wasn't the sub to make, but we moved. The Chelsea home game, Lukaku had more touches on his Oyster card than he did on the pitch, so we moved. And we were massively unlucky with the last minute goal. It was like, damn it, But the Chelsea game at the Bridge was like first game.
Yeah, and also let's not forget Spurs at home when we beat them 3-0, and that was when they were actually they were top of the table at the start of the season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Harry Kane's still trying to find his way out of Selhurst Park though.
Yeah, he didn't get a single touch in the box in that match, if I remember correctly.
Something like that, yeah. Poor Matt. I could have sworn you were saying you're going to take it. You're going to take it well, and you're already going Liverpool and these things. Mate, come on, bro. Calm
Did
down,
catch
bro.
The game? Did you catch the end of that game or against Forest?
No.
I saw the end of it. There was some controversial decisions.
What was you
going to say, Horace?
Nottingham Forest. I saw a tweet saying they should have got a penalty, but I'm not too sure.
It was a bit of a contentious one. I'd love to hear.
There's no VAR at Championship grounds though, so
there was for this one because it's the quarterfinals. So yeah, they did have VAR for it. Yeah. Which is a bit of a ridiculous rule in itself. Because if you can get VAR there now, why couldn't you do it earlier on in the tournament?
Well, if there was VAR at the Millwall game, we wouldn't have gone through. So we're kind of lucky if there wasn't.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's Millwall though, isn't it? I'm all for that. We learned Maguire can actually turn around quick when we saw him running away from the athletic forwards.
Please allow the Maguire talk, man. I know he's shit. Allow it.
Maguire. Sorry, Mark Gay is clear. Can't get that mixed up there. He's true.
Imagine Leicester paid for their training ground with that Maguire money. That's crazy.
Their training ground is brilliant as well, isn't it?
And that's it. That was as much of a penalty as Liverpool's one against Palace. I think that's the comment to basically sum it all up.
Yeah.
So it's not a penalty.
The pin. That is the pinned comment.
That is
Essex, well done.
Because if you do even have a look at it and check it out, if you have seen it, it's he catches him on the arm, but the player, which is exactly like what Jota did, thinking about it, the player forces the contact. He makes the contact with his arm down, and that's what Jota did against, was it Guaita or was it Butland in goal?
Guaita.
Exactly that. And yeah, it was poor, man. It's poor decision making, but then it looked like Jota was offside, but then they got a different clear angle where to prove
the thing is though, Tariq, unfortunately, if you give players that opportunity, they're going to take it. Whether they get away with it is a different thing at all. I mean, let's be fair. A lot of what I think in our draw with you earlier in the season, you had a couple of people. Where was VAR? It's like, well, where was VAR for Lacazette's handball? He was flagging down a bus.
We're going
What the hell is Ragnick on there, mate? Why is Ragnick now, mate?
How much?
Why is Ragnick on there?
Oh man!
But
Matt sending shots at you there. Well, in a way. Well, he's trying to big up himself, really, not sending shots by Palace proved today they play better against bigger
We just
teams.
need to look at the teams in the relegation zone and the ones that aren't, and that gives you your answer.
To be fair, beating a relegation threatened team 4-0, it's kind of a compliment to, it's light work, really. Like we've been where he is. Like we know how it feels, but we've got an actual manager, not an ego. Because Lampard said the Palace job wasn't big enough for him.
Exactly that.
How'd that work out, mate?
There you go. And speaking of your semi-final, the team that you'll be playing in the semi-final, we've got a fan from them, and it's Hanif.
Big up Hanif.
Yo, big up Hanif.
Big up, boys. How we doing? Big up the Palace, man. Big up the Palace. You deserve it. Respect. I love it when other teams get their opportunity, man. Big up to you. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough game. Yeah. I just want to send a message to the FA. I want to see Conor Gallagher playing against Chelsea. I don't like this nonsense of a rule, man. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense that he can't play against his home club. You shouldn't. It's ridiculous. But big up to you lot, man. I saw the highlights, and it's. You know what? You could argue that Patrick Vieira should be up there for manager of the season because of what he's done in his first season. I put Arteta up there as well. For me, the outsiders for the improvement and what they brought to the Premier League this season.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely agree with you there. And I just wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to mention this point earlier, but I wanted to wait until Hanif would come in. Is the one thing that for Palace, what they need to make sure that they do when they do play against Chelsea, it's just set pieces, defend from set pieces, because that's kind of been your weakness. It was very prevalent at the start of the season, and then you kind of worked out a little bit, but then there's been still certain goals and chances being created from then. And Chelsea, they are dangerous from set pieces with their centre-backs and their big players. So that's probably the big thing. But how are you feeling about playing Crystal Palace, Hanif, in the semi-final? Is that trophy that you really want to win as well?
100%. Well, I think that's the only one we're going to win. So, listen, I do not underestimate anyone, especially if it's a good quality side in terms of Palace. They're not afraid to play the style that they've adopted, and big up to Patrick Vieira. I think he was brandished the favorite or one of the favorites to be released as a manager. He was going to be sacked. He was up for sack the first manager to be sacked. And you know what? Give him time, let him build some foundations, let those and look at some of those youth players. They flourished under him, absolutely flourished. And I'm thinking about sending my kids to him. He can make them play professional football as well. But but ultimately, you look at Olise, and I think they've got one of our own centre back who's been called up to the England squad, which I'm surprised he's called. I'm surprised he's called up, Marky. To be fair, I thought Harry Maguire and his twin brother would have started. But big up to him. But listen, Tariq, I'm taking it serious. I want the win. I want the trophy. It's going to be 3-1 Chelsea. To the Palace Academy.
Okay, cool. I was a bit worried there. I thought, let me just jump in on it.
Oh, what did you think? Oh,
snap.
Keep your safeguarding hat on.
Man. Yeah. Quick side note, Palace have stopped their memberships, so you can't buy a membership now.
Wicked, that's what I'm talking about.
No more Chelsea fans.
That's good.
Plus, you know what it is? The Chelsea fans get found out in the Palace end anyway. So they don't stand a chance.
It is true. There probably were Palace fans until the money came in for Chelsea, innit? But sorry, Hanif. I have to put it in there.
Listen, you didn't even listen. This guy, I'm not gonna bite today. I'm not gonna bite.
He sounded like he was then. I was looking forward to it.
He was getting ready.
Tariq casting out that line, waiting the real one in.
I'm trying. Exactly. I know.
Oh, by the way, Hanif, your biggest fan just said he never liked you.
Oh, who's that?
Because I think he was praising Palace. And you
listen, respect to Palace. I watch. I do try and watch a lot of Palace when I can. Chelsea
Yeah.
could say yes, Hanif. Yeah, they could. To be fair, big up everyone in the comments. Is it just
They won't.
league? I'm sure.
He can play.
I don't know.
They,
Can he? Oh,
he
okay.
can play, but they won't allow him. You have to have-
Okay.
No.
In terms of the rules, he can actually play, but it's down to the agreement between the clubs. If Chelsea put it in the contract that he can play against Chelsea in the cups, then he's okay to play. But I highly doubt they did, because there is a chance Chelsea could play Palace in a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup tie. It's very unlikely that we draw Chelsea because we're never in the tournament this long. But the possibility of Chelsea playing Palace isn't that impossible. So I highly doubt they'd said, "Oh yeah, sure, one of our best young players can play for Palace against us, no problem." Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they would have
Chelsea-
put it in the
Chelsea aren't that
contract,
stupid.
man. They would have put it in the contract.
Chelsea ain't that stupid. Come on, as much as they're in problems with money and that, they're not that stupid. Even we know that. Even though we're all loving Chelsea being in the mud and so to speak, they're not that silly. Come on, they're not the seaweed, for Christ's sake.
It's true. Oris, I just wanted to ask you this question. Whilst we got Hanif here, there was rumours that Tommy Tuchel, could be leaving at the end of the season. I'm not sure how true it is, but just hypothetically speaking, would you take Tommy Tuchel at Man United?
No.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
And I don't understand why Kell Brooks is laughing, but let me explain why.
Wow, shot
Listen,
fired.
listen, just remember what happens when you mess with his Yorkshireman.
Yeah. For me, with Thomas Tuchel, all right, fair enough. for
You get
Chelsea.
Harry Maguire, but carry on.
Listen, Terry, I'll come for you as well. Terry. Anyways. Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, don't get me wrong, he's a great manager, but for me, I can't see it happening. But if it was to happen, listen, I'm not gonna go against it, but I want a manager that's gonna be playing nice, fluid football. Does Thomas Tuchel do that for Chelsea right now? I don't think so. If you ask Hanif right now, does Thomas Tuchel play fluid football and attacking, fast flowing? He'll probably say no. But
Oris, imagine you have fluid football, but you lose now and again. Are United fans going to be happy?
well, for me, I care about controlling the game and the football.
No,
Okay.
you said fluid, man. You're
Yeah.
you're gender fluid nowadays. So come on, talk to me about this fluid football.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, one second. I was talking about having a manager that plays fluid football with Scott McTominay in midfield.
Yeah.
Mate, you get Luka Milivojevic playing liquid
I know.
football before that happens. Get out of here.
Fluid football. When did you guys play fluid football? Get Ollie back, man. Bring
No.
back Ollie, man. That's
Nah, man.
the fluid
Oli can
football
go
you
to
guys
Everton,
deserve.
mate. That's why he can go back to Everton.
You got Oris, you can't say different things. Listen, you got to build from you've got to take time. But Oris, the problem is fans like you guys demand success too early. You think you've got it's the United team of old.
Mhm.
Like you're probably 18, 19 years old. So the last time United won a trophy was probably when you were in primary school.
Hanif,
It's
keep
true, though, innit?
going, man.
It's true
Yo.
though. It's true, and that's what I'm saying to you. They didn't. The United team of old never played fluid football. Fergie didn't always play sexy football, bro. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
Chelsea
that's
don't play
true.
good football all the time. We play winning football, winners trophies. But you know what? If you want to watch fluid football, go watch Barcelona, bro. Honestly, you're supporting the wrong club. Honestly,
Speaking of Barcelona, do you know they're 4-0 up against Real Madrid? Right?
I know I'm watching the game. Obama Young, mate, over. He's back.
I know.
Obama, you know the rest, young.
Oh yeah, Nate, Nicky, I found an image of a certain team's league form right now. It looks like
Oh
L,
yes, I saw
L,
that. Yeah.
L,
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, big up JC, man. Oh, man.
You got to put that in the group chat, mate. I need to send
Sorry,
that to certain people.
But just so we're here, right? Graham Potter. I like him
apparently
as a
he
manager.
plays sexy football. Apparently,
But see, the thing is, Patrick Vieira is meant to be this fraud, right? Vieira ain't lost to Burnley. Graham Potter got put in a spliff by Burnley. There's levels to this game, people. Because imagine getting slapped 3-0 at home to Burnley. That's peak.
Mhm.
That's
It's a-
painful.
That's a good point.
It happens.
Nicky is in the group chat. if you
Oh,
wanna-
didn't it happen to you as well?
He's gonna
Didn't it?
take that.
Thank you.
No, we lost 3-2
Oh, that's it.
at the bridge.
No, Yeah, and see, the thing is, if you lose 3-2 to Burnley, it's okay because it's only one goal. But no, these men got put in a spliff Tariq.
True.
We're talking expressions level meltdowns from their fans on social media. It was so funny. We haven't scored a home goal since January. Oh, that's terrible. But I thought you'd won the league in September when you drew with us.
And we have to be real. You know how much I like G Potter. Yeah, I'm saying if that's Patrick Vieira,
I rate G Potter as well.
I know you do. But what I'm saying is, if that's Patrick Vieira, I'm saying the people be saying he's got to get sacked. You know, it's a great start, but it's petering out. Whereas, you know, Palace did have a sticky patch, probably that December period and into the new
after
year.
December, yeah.
Yeah, and you still came through it.
Draw, loss. Our form are like a Welsh town, just LD. There's just hella all these Welsh towns.
That's class. I like that one.
You can bring up Newcastle for that because if you ever seen that banner Newcastle fans had, it was their form throughout a league season. Yeah, and they said, not a Welsh town, that's just our form under Mike Ashley in the league season. Like, fair play, Newcastle. That's quality.
They got banter, to be fair, Newcastle fans. But, Oris, back to this as well, because we can merge two questions into one. Who would you want as your manager?
Ten Hag for me.
Ten Hag.
Oh, God. Another big-name manager to flop, and then it's going to be, this manager's not the guy. He gets sacked. Bring in the next manager. He's not the guy.
You seen what he's done for Ajax?
Bro,
or as we had a previous Ajax manager. Sometimes getting an Ajax manager ain't the one.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know, like that.
No, but for me,
the ball won 4 league titles in Holland, flopped at Inter Milan and flopped at Palace. Ten Hag's a good coach, but remember, getting a big name manager doesn't guarantee trophies instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're doing the Chelsea model where if they don't win the league, sacked. But United gave Ollie time to build, and then eventually when it went Pete Townsend against Elton John's boys, then he got sacked.
There you go.
No, but for me, with Ten Hag, you look at his style of football, bringing up youth players. For me, I want to get
He's had you there, Oris. He's had you there.
Find that talking. That's interesting. But anyways, back to my point. I'm going to give an advice to Matt. Please, just try and stay up.
Six Eagles! No!
Fluid Tig's running mad still. Come on.
You know what the Glazers' answer is to the holes in the roof, right? Let's destroy the stadium and rebuild. That's their answer to it. Absolute madness, man.
I don't think that's happening. They're only looking at some certain seats that they want to improve, but I don't think they're going to knock it all down.
Exclusive fan cam on the Eagle-Eyed Football Channel. Check it out. It's a big one.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the fan cams later.
It's up yet because Jay just commented, and it's a big one because it's a certain Mr. John Texter.
Big up, man. Go check it out afterwards, ladies and gents. It will be a good one. Make sure you check it out. And we've got a Liverpool fan coming in. It is Jamie. How you doing, my bro?
Yes, Jamie.
Hey guys, you all right?
Great, yes, man.
Good.
Raise your hand if you're going to Wembley. Ray!
Thanks, guys. Jamie just put aside the team that we got knocked out in the third round again by Nottingham Forest. But Jamie,
yeah,
I'll let you talk about what was your thoughts on the game first, and then we'll talk about the contentious decision.
It's a shit game, isn't it? No, Forest are fantastic. All credit to Nottingham Forest, I will say. They played a good game. They did well. They made their fans proud. They play with so much. They just played with so much energy. It wasn't a tactical game. You know, this game was all about the energy Forest played with and the way they played, their fans, their home stadium, all that. They were just really, really good. I was so impressed with Nottingham Forest. I'd say I ain't seen much of Forest because, why would I? But they've been decent on the results. I was looking back at the results. They need the playoffs. They continue playing like that, they'll make the playoffs. Yeah. They're a good team. They played really well. They scared us in a few chances today. Obviously, we got our goal. This is the thing, though. We didn't play well against Arsenal either, like we were saying to you earlier. And, we just got the job done. And, at this moment in time, that's just the way it is for Liverpool at this moment. We haven't been good for a few weeks. We were rubbish against Chelsea in the cup final, but still got that one. It's just we just got the firepower up front to finish teams off, even when we're dog turd.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with Liverpool. And as you said, Jota again, the one who made the difference. He gave you that lead, and then you was in control then.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. That's just the quality you now have. I remember it wasn't too long ago. Liverpool, their depth in their attack line, it's not good enough, and their squad depth can't compete with Man City. I'm looking at Liverpool side, and they've got more first team players than Man City at the moment who can come in and play.
I mean, our squad's always been a topic of discussion with rival fans because, you know, you see Manchester City, they got 24 quality players that can come in. Chelsea, Chelsea fans, they've had an underwhelming season for me in the league this year. They're third, 10 points behind us, and Chelsea with their chest at the beginning of the season said they were going to win the league, and I don't know where they've gone. Exactly. Liverpool, look, our squad is decent. It's not up there with City's yet, but it's very, very good. Us and Chelsea, I don't think there's much between our squads. And then City, they've got an exceptional squad with the talent they've built under Pep. But we've got an exceptional manager, and that, I think, just tilts it our way a little bit. But it's the firepower we have. It's just the firepower. We've got 5 tremendous forwards in our club, and then you got people like Taki. Taki's got us goals that got us to the League Cup final. His goals got us to the final, and Origi and these sort of fringe players that come in, and you need these sort of players if you want to try and win all 4 trophies, which it's almost impossible. I don't think we're going to do it, but we're going to give it a heck of a try, that's for sure.
Exactly that, and you said it right there with having the fringe players. You've seen it in the Champions League, and when you was finishing second with Origi. But we have to talk about that decision.
What, the penalty? That wasn't a penalty.
Yeah. Do you think it was a penalty then?
No. Have you ever seen anyone in their life run and drag their back foot behind them? Of course you haven't. He knows.
Yeah, I have. It's called Richarlison.
Yeah.
If you drag your back foot,
splash.
If he was just normal running, sprinting, and Alisson took him out, penalty all day long. But he ran, slowed down, and then dragged his back foot onto Alisson's leg, onto Alisson's arm, and he initiated the contact. So it's no penalty. Roy Keane said it was no penalty, and he hates Liverpool. So Roy Keane says it's no penalty. It's good enough for me. And then the offside, camera angles are camera angles when you're looking on telly, the deceptiveness of it is really weird. Camera angles can make things look completely different all over the place.
Hey, just ask Instagram.
First angle, Jota looks like advanced. You go to another angle, Jota looks level. You go to an angle on the other side that I saw, and then Jota looks behind. So it's camera angles are a strange thing. I mean, so look, I've seen goals given against us. Fuck it. Manchester City have had more luck with VAR than anyone else in this league so far this season, in this whole country. So, they had a handball given for them against Wolverhampton Wanderers when he hit the bloke in the ribs. And got 1-0 win out of a penalty. They should have had a penalty against them against Everton, which would have been 1-0, and they'd be behind us in the league now, the fuckers. So no, fuck them. Fuck all the rivals. I love Palace. Fuck the fucking Palace. I hope they get to the final. I hope they piss all over Chelsea. Yeah, fuck them. Up the Palace.
I will say that. If ever you do need Man City beaten again, Jamie, you know who to come to, bro. Come talk to us. Guys, we got you. We got you.
Big up Vieira.
Oh yeah, Uncle Paddy, 100%. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting run in now. We are in the international break, and Jamie, I was looking got you guys. What about Palace as well in terms of your players? Who's gone from the international break for Palace?
Wilfred Zaha, because he's playing against England for the Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Benteke. Joachim Andersen will probably go with Denmark.
Yeah.
Benteke with Belgium. Possibly Milivojevic with Serbia. Yeah.
So there's quite a bit, and you'd say some of them are like key. Some of them are key players, like Gay Elise's at the under-21s as well.
He's gone with the French under 21s. Yeah.
What about Guaita? That's all.
And we threw Jamie for Liverpool. Like,
No, Guaita ain't playing for Spain, thank God.
yeah, true. Neither is De Gea. But that's
Tariq, this just in. I think Pep Guardiola is still out measuring the Selhurst Park grass because he didn't like the grass on Monday. The fucking wallad.
But
The funny thing is though, it was the same kind of pitch at the Etihad. So what was the problem with the pitch at the Etihad, Pep? Funny that, isn't it?
It's true. And Essex was saying about like Jota then for that penalty at Selhurst Park.
Camera angles can make it look a lot more convincing than it was, but no.
No, the Jota pen at Selhurst Park should have been a penalty.
No, and Jamie said that. To be fair, Jamie was the first to say that. So I know Jamie said it wasn't a pen.
But during the international break, what I was going to say, Liverpool, their key players are playing in some big games. Like Salah, Mane up against each other for a place in the World Cup.
That's
Brazil.
That's gotta be big.
Jota as well.
Van Dijk.
Jota.
Yeah, Van Dijk, Holland,
Jota.
Germany. Ooh, game.
Luis Diaz will be going away with Colombia, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jota. That was a good one, Horace. Jota's got the playoffs for Portugal as well.
Italy. Yeah, I mean,
Alisson, Fabinho.
I mean, our whole squad. No one's going to be there.
Andy Robertson as well with Scotland.
Yeah, whole squad's gone. This international break has come at the wrong time for Liverpool.
Yeah,
completely, because we have all the momentum, and I think Man City will be they'll be liking this international break. Cause,
yeah, and the thing is, Jamie, you'll be swelling bullets about injuries because the minute you hear Salah's injured, oh shit!
Oh, Salah.
Robertson's injured. Oh fuck!
Salah's got a little.
I do want to see if Rich could just put in the John Travolta Pulp Fiction meme of him just going. Yeah. Because that is going to be someone just turns up at Liverpool training ground on the wrong day. So like, hello,
hello. Is anybody there? There.
And injuries have scarred Liverpool anyway from last season.
Injury FC. Injury FC.
Can't have the injuries, but no, Mo's got a little injury in the way at the moment. His ankle's not quite right, so.
And that's a worry though, because he's going to definitely play for Egypt.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's the president of Egypt. He's going to play.
It's one of his contracts. He's going to extend it, or you don't think so?
I think Mo's gone in the summer. I've said it time and time again. I don't think he's. This is not on Mo, by the way, for any Liverpool fans come from me. I love Mo Salah, and Mo Salah deserves to get paid what he thinks he should get paid, and I've got no problem with that. But for me, I don't think because I'm always club first. I'm never player first. I'm always club first. I support Liverpool, not a player. So it's always club first for me, and I don't think Salah is worth 100 times the wages that Van Dijk's on now. So I look at it like that. Virgil's on 210 grand a week, which, if you think about it, it's not a lot for one of the best centre backs in world football. And Luke Shaw is only on 30 grand less than him at Man United. And Virgil just signed that new contract easy. And is Mo Salah worth 100 times more than Virgil van Dijk in wages? I know goal scorers are the essence of everything, but we didn't start winning anything till Virgil and Alisson turned up. So
it's true.
It's a hard one for Liverpool. But his agent's a prick, and I don't think it matters what we offer Mo Salah. I don't think his agent will accept it. I think he wants him to go to PSG. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that PSG are willing to pay Mo Salah 600 grand a week, and they're losing Mbappe, ain't they? They're going to need to put that void in. Although. Look, part of me thinks in the summer Liverpool just got to go to Mo, sort it out in the summer because it can't go into next season. Say we do win the Premier League this year, you can't go into next season defending champions with the Mo Salah thing still in the air. Has to be sorted this summer one way or the other. And if he goes, look, our recruitment is really good at our club. So I do trust the club to get in the right people if he goes. Obviously, it'll be a miss because...
Elise? You could get Elise off.
No. Fabio Carvalho.
I think we'd be looking at people like Martinelli and stuff like that.
Oh, good, get lost.
There you go. That's
Nicky,
it.
get the red out, please.
If you want, you can have Rashford.
No, the yellow was for you, son. The yellow was for you.
You can have Rashford.
We all know. I don't want Rashford. He can stay at home with the kids.
Mad. Right.
Shots fired.
Don't get me wrong, I like Rashford, but he's not Liverpool.
I don't need shit.
Yeah.
But look, Liverpool, if he goes, he goes. And if he does go, then I think Liverpool sign up Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane because their contracts will be a lot easier than most to sort.
Plus,
So, yeah.
you've got Harvey Elliott as well, to be fair.
I'm not too worried, though, to be fair. I'm not too worried. Personally, if he goes, I think we get the right recruitment in. If he stays, then happy days, ain't it? We've still got one of the best strikers in the world.
Yeah.
So,
I've got a question though.
I've got a feeling Ronaldo's going to PSG next season, though, because PSG are desperate to have Messi and Ronaldo in the same lineup. They're desperate.
Cash rolling.
Depends if we get top 4 or not.
You're not getting top 4. They're desperate. Arsenal, sorry, man. You're a good fella. You're a good kid, but Arsenal are too consistent. Are in a better place than Man United are right now. Yeah, Arsenal and Spurs are going to be finding out.
Tariq's gas now. Tariq's gas.
So I've been telling you this stuff for time now, innit? Alice, come on.
You've been firing at Arsenal all season, so you kind of have to understand he's every right to be a bit gassed, to be fair.
Yeah, he's been shooting at me all season. You. Oh man, yeah. I'm after you.
I do have a question because I've got a bit of a perfect placement here where everyone's cams are. Jamie Orest, do you take Haaland? Because do you sabotage that possible Man City deal? Do you interrupt there because he's a proven goal scorer? I mean, I speak as a Borussia Dortmund fan. If he is going, he is. I would rather him go to Liverpool because there is a man at Liverpool who I trust, who I love, and his name is Jurgen Klopp. I don't want him going anywhere else other than towards someone who I know can play well. But do you take Haaland as your number 9, as your main striker next season?
I don't touch Haaland. I'm not on the Haaland bandwagon. Really ain't.
Fair enough.
I think he's a good player. I do. I think he's a quality player. People be careful. I've seen a lot of players like him come and go. And look, Haaland gets a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of injuries. And I've said this for a while now. Haaland, he's a big unit. He's a big unit. He's a big man and he's thick as well. And my problem is that when you're that size and, he's quick as well, you're going to get a lot of injuries. And my worry is he plays in Germany getting these injuries right now. If he comes to the Premier League and comes into a Liverpool team, the man is going to get... I worry for his injuries. And I think that's why, because his transfer demand is obviously easily payable for every top team in Europe. It's nothing for a player of his quality. His wages going to be ridiculous, don't get me wrong, because who his bloody agent is. But I worry about his injuries. I really do. He's picking up a lot of injuries in Germany. He's a young lad still. So, in fact, his body is he's not fully developed yet. It's not fully grown yet because of his age. And he is a big unit, as I keep saying. And, I've seen players like that pick up injuries. Look at R9. Look at the greatest number 9 of all time, yeah? Right? He's got his same sort of body shape. Same sort of body shape. And that man got injuries after injuries after injuries. Couldn't ever become the player we all know he would have become. Because forget all this Ronaldo goal-scoring talk. If R9 had a full career without injuries, he's smoking everything. And Haaland reminds me of R9 a little bit. With the body shape, the injuries, and that's a concern. That's a concern. I think that's why he's going to Real Madrid. I don't think he's going to Man City either.
Because the physicality, the prep.
I've got to see this.
Sorry, I just got to put on my scarf. I've just got to make sure I'm wearing my colours now.
So basically, Matt, I don't know. Literally, you got Orest, you got Palace fans, you got Liverpool fans. Matt, what are you doing to yourself?
Drag your face, mate, because I'm coming for you.
But big up to yourself.
me with Haaland, if he comes to United, he'll be stupid, obviously. But would I take him? Of course I would, but he doesn't be stupid to come to United. It would just be stupid to come to United. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, let's big up this Everton fans.
But
Good.
just before Matt, I kind of felt like me, Nate, and JC have kind of roasted your team a bit enough today. So I'm gonna let Oris take over there. Let him do the roasting now.
We got Liverpool fan Jamie, so
Oh, perfect.
Oh, Jamie, you got a field day, mate.
I'll let Jamie go first. I'll let the ladies.
Jordan, your voice sounded a bit sus there, mate.
let's let Matt go first, and then these guys can bounce back. And, you know,
I literally have nothing to say.
That's all right. We'll say it for you.
Oh no, it was a bad old day, lads. I'm very emotional. Do you know what I mean? So now listen, fair play. I said it to the lads as well on Friday when we were doing the Palace stream and stuff like that. Like it was gonna be whoever has the first goal, and Palace got the first goal, so fair play to them. And I hope they stop Liverpool doing the quadruple. Sorry, Jamie.
but Matt, you did have a good start. That's the horrible thing about it. And then former Palace player Andros Townsend, horrific injury. Is there any news that's come out of that as well?
Frank Lampard said it's a really, really bad knee injury, so it could be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I saw it in slow motion, and he's
it was
it was bad.
Bad.
No, knee injuries. How old's Townsend now? Is he in his 30s?
31 or 32.
34, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that could be the end of his top playing career. You know, that's a shame if it is that bad. Knee injuries, it sucks. I feel for him. Man. I feel for him even if he doesn't play for the Everton.
It's coming at the wrong time as well because we're starting to pick up suspensions and injuries, and we have 2 big games coming up after the international break as well. So Allen's out suspended for those 2 games against Burnley or West Ham, and then obviously Townsend, who's probably a squad player, he's gonna be injured as well. And then there's this virus that's going through Everton squad at the moment as well. So I don't know what's happening there. So Frank Lampard seemed to tear into a few Everton players as well today, saying that they don't have the bollocks to play for the club. So that was quite interesting as well.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that is exactly what he said.
Yeah, I think
he's live on
right.
BBC. Live on BBC,
right.
he said that the players don't have the bollocks to play for this club, and he was like, "Sorry for that, but I'm just saying it." So
I think he's right. I love Gordon though.
Yeah, Gordon's a good player,
I
but
love
he needs to work on his end product. I think
Yeah,
he does.
but he's only a young boy, isn't he?
Yeah, but see, there's only it's. Are they still gonna be saying he's only a young boy in 2 seasons time? Like
How
when
old
he's
is he?
23, like 21, like
Jesse
Oh,
Lingard.
he's not a young boy.
Yeah,
Fuck me,
Jesse
he's better.
Lingard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean ESR
Lingard,
and
yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah. But I like Gordon. Every time I watch him play for Everton, he does put in a shift. He does work. He can tell he cares. But I think Lampard is right. Yeah, there aren't enough players in the Everton team. I don't think there's enough players in the Everton team who realise where they are in the league. This is the problem. This is a fight now. Forget about tactics. Forget about looking good. This is now Everton rolling up their sleeves. Them players rolling up their sleeves and fighting every minute of every game they play now. And look, I've gone on record and said I don't want Everton going down. I like Merseyside derbies.
Yeah,
I love Merseyside derbies. I love watching Merseyside
See, the
derbies.
problem-
I don't want Everton to get relegated. It's an easy 6 points every season. Why would I? No, I'm joking. No, I want I want Everton to stay up. I really do. I rather Burnley.
What?
Fuck me. I want Everton to stay up. I like Merseyside derbies. I rather
Yeah.
Burnley, the toilet crapper of the Premier League, and the City. Oh god, their City's dreadful. I just want Burnley to just go. They need to leave.
We need to keep Burnley. We need to keep Burnley in the league.
I hate Deitch. Deitch thinks he's hard. Probably gets beaten by his missus every week. Get rid of him. Can't stand the bloke. Get rid of him.
Let me just go on to Matt
No,
now.
do you know what the problem that Everton have, and Jamie touched on it there, the squad, the players that are in that squad aren't used to a relegation fight, whereas the likes of Burnley and Watford and maybe even Leeds and all that, they're used to kind of scrapping for these points at this time of the season, and Everton aren't. And if you look at Everton's like form, I mean, I think we have 8 or 9 points since September. It's dreadful. It's so bad.
Yo, whoa.
Manchester Mania.
Manchester Mania, mate.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing good.
Did you
Don't-
take your
don't-
microphone?
I'm doing
off?
very, very well.
Don't let that question go to the Everton fan.
That was hilarious today. I wanted to see you today, Matt. That was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I wanted to see you, Matt, today, man. Matt, you've been
I
talking
just
about
losing to
give
the
him the
worst team in the league 4-0.
Hey,
Oh, whoa.
Hey.
Sorry, nah.
Mania.
That has to be. That's a straight red. That's a straight red.
I'm gonna come
That's
on
a straight
to
red. No,
I'm
what?
messing with you, mate. I'm messing
Yeah.
with you, mate.
Matt-
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Mania, you still got to play Everton. Remember, hey.
Oh, honestly,
You're beating
I
them,
see
mate. That's easy 3 points.
No, easy 3 points for
Wait,
Everton,
that-
mate. That's
Oh.
like we always
Lampard.
do that. Let me tell you what Man United is. If you remember, every time we play any team who hasn't scored against us in like 10 games, they'd score against us and win. Every time we hadn't won against a team in 30 games, that team beats us. So the latest one that I can remember is Ivan Toney hadn't scored in 8 games and then played against Man United and scored. So Everton haven't won in 6 games. They're gonna come in and win against Man United.
They're
I
shit.
promise you that.
You're about their shit, mate.
We're even bigger shit. Are you watching Manchester United this season?
I want to come on to Matt because I need to come on to Matt. Right. I know it's the players' fault, but is Lampard on fraud watch? That's my question. Because for me, I don't rate Lampard one bit.
No, do you know what it is? And I keep saying it. It's the players. It's the DNA of 7 or 8 different managers and the recruitment. Like Jamie was talking about the recruitment for Liverpool Football Club, fantastic. But I mean, when you're buying a player from the Turkish league for 35 million euros,
Oh.
it's not going to work. So, and then Frank Lampard's coming in. He's dealing with St. Tosin. He's dealing with players who he doesn't want anywhere near the squad, and he knows are only there to pick up a wage. Whereas there's teams around us like Leeds and Burnley, all the players want to be there. They want to play for their clubs. Where at Everton at the moment, half, if not the majority of the players, they don't want to be in a relegation battle. They don't want to. They see themselves as better than Everton, and that's the problem that we have at the moment.
Who do you see, Matt, as the players that Frank Lampard's talking about, and who would you agree with in terms of what Frank's saying?
See, it's hard to kind of, I don't know, because if you go through the team themselves, obviously Pickford, he wants to win. You can just tell by him, his attitude. Michael Keane, he works on confidence. I don't think he wants to be losing every week and stuff like that. Seamus Coleman obviously doesn't want to be losing every week. I wonder, is he talking about players like Andre Gomez and
I think Gomez, yeah,
possibly even Demarai Gray, because Demarai Gray hasn't really been playing under Lampard lately, so it's a bit strange. So I'm wondering, are those the type of players he's talking about? And listen, I'm all for getting rid of Andre Gomez, who's on 120 grand a week at Everton Football Club. Good luck. They're the sort of players we need to be
What
getting
about
rid of.
Seamus Coleman?
I won't have a bad word said about Seamus Coleman.
I don't think he's that bad either.
Coleman's an Everton legend. He's been there since 2006.
And he cost
I love
600k.
Seamus Coleman, but the problem with Seamus Coleman is his legs are gone.
The problem with
that's the
Seamus
problem he's
Coleman and Everton, it's not Seamus Coleman doing Everton a disservice. It's Everton doing Seamus Coleman a disservice, because Everton should have brought in an understudy for Seamus Coleman 2 or 3 seasons ago, and they should have brought in a player like Patterson 2 or 3 seasons ago to work under Seamus Coleman, and then you get that season where Seamus plays every second or third game. Last season under Ancelotti, Seamus Coleman only played every third or fourth game. This season he's played nearly every single game. And the problem we have at the moment as well is that Rafa Benitez, a week before he got sacked, sold Luka Dean to Aston Villa and brought in Michaelenko and Patterson. We spent 29 million on those 2 players. And at the moment in time, Patterson, who's a starting right back for Scotland, by the way, can't get a game ahead of John Joe Kenny. So my head's fried at the moment.
Do you know I blame owners? I've always said this: owners of football clubs are ruining football clubs. Everton's owners are ruining Everton, because if they leave Everton at the end of the day, They don't give a shit what happens to Everton Football Club. They just leave, take their money and go. They're ruining. Like, they make bad decisions after bad decisions. I mean, you don't need to know anything about football to know hiring Rafa Benitez is not a good idea. No matter no matter what you think of the man as a coach, a manager, or whatever, hiring him is not a good idea. When he was literally the manager that brought Liverpool their 5th European Cup. It's just not. It's not what you do. Owners of football, I hate some owners. Look, I like FSG. They have done wrong at Liverpool. Don't get me wrong. Trying to copyright the name Liverpool for starters is like, what you're doing, you idiots. But they have done things wrong. No owner's perfect, but what they've done for the club is great. And we were in a great place because of FSG financially, and owners at Everton, they're just these owners at Man United, these owners all need to go. You need proper owners. And they meant to do this test where they test if the owner of someone coming in to buy your club is good enough to run it. Who does this test? Elmo off Sesame Street. Because
what?
Yes.
It's a complete.
Hanif, I'll get you.
It's a complete joke. It's a complete joke.
Hanif, I'll get you your new owners next week, mate. All right.
That's what
Save the bridge. Save the bridge.
That's what I feel for Everton.
Well, I have a question. Isn't John Henry a bad owner as well? But look at Liverpool right now. I mean, it's not about the owners.
I don't think he's a bad owner. I think he's a decent
owner. Were you watching Liverpool in early 2010?
Yeah, the thing with John Henry, I will say this with FSG, and I've always said this. FSG bought a football club because Liverpool was really cheap. It was 300 million. And with their profile of buying sports club, it went for them. They didn't know anything about football, so it took them a while. And now they know what they're doing. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if FSG sold Liverpool Football Club, we're not in any debt. We've got a great scouting department. We've got great analytics. We've got great coaches, a worldie of a manager. We've got one of the best sporting directors in the world. He's leaving now, and Julian Ward's taking over. And Julian Ward's the one who bought Luis Diaz. So we've got everything in place. Everything. Our recruitment's really good. Look at the team we've built. Look at the squad of players we got. He might be not the greatest of people. I mean, if you're a billionaire, you're not a nice person because you're an arsehole in real life to get £1 billion. Let's face it. You make arsehole decisions.
Yeah, you have to be ruthless.
And Liverpool and John Henry and FSG have made arsehole decisions. I'm not saying they haven't, especially at the time of Liverpool, like the Super League and all this nonsense. They have bad decisions. But I look at an owner of a football club. Look, they got their best interest is the football club, And I'm happy where we are as a football club right now. As I say, if we get sold tomorrow and someone richer takes over, all they've got to invest in is probably money into the playing staff, basically. Everything else is sorted.
I think
look at United right now. You look at United right now. Their training ground. I know United fans don't like their training ground. Their stadium's falling to pieces. They're in massive, massive debt. They buy players off social media to put in their team. They don't really buy the right sort of players, the right blend of players. They don't know what manager to hire right now. You've got a part-time manager at Manchester United. That's a joke. They have nothing going. Like, I think we've got to look at Everton's owners are disgusting at the end of the day, what they've done.
Not really.
They spent ridiculous amounts of money on crap players, they hire a person in Rafa Benitez who should never be Everton manager in the first place. That's like Man United hiring Steven Gerrard as football man. It would never happen, would it? That's a ridiculous thing to do. You just wouldn't do it.
But I don't like when you compare the owners of Everton to the owners of Manchester United. The owners of Everton are interested in what happens on the field for Everton. They've
I'll let Matt take that.
Yeah, they're not doing the right job. They're invested in the team. They're just not doing the right job. Meanwhile, Manchester United are
Mashiri lives in New York, and he hasn't a clue about. Like, I'm telling you now, Sam Allardyce came into that club and he said, "There's a Turkish striker in Besiktas. He's scoring 40 goals a season in Turkey. We should buy him for 35 million euros." And Farhad Mashiri went, okay, how much? 35 million euro. Okay, there you go. I'm living in New York. And Sam Allardyce, who again was on a 6-month contract at Everton, spent £50 million in 6 months in a winter transfer window at Everton on Theo Walcott and St. Toby.
But he got you out of relegation at the time, didn't he?
No, he got us from 14th to 8th. And
But you were in the relegation.
I'll add that that's actually the best Everton finish in the last 8 years. So yeah,
My point is,
no, but in terms of what your question was about the ownership,
I'm not saying he hasn't made a mistake.
Farhad Mashiri hasn't a clue about football. He's not a football
Matt,
person.
we're all screwed, bro. Don't worry about it. We're all screwed. Save the bridge, bro. Save the bridge.
Hey, whoa. We're not screwed. We're fine.
Yes.
Elmo, behave yourself before I call Big Bird.
Everyone
I'm
listen
just going to wait till
everyone
Rich pops in for that
everyone
one.
listen to Kel Brook down there. He knows what he's on about.
But Brush, big up yourself, man.
What's happening, guys? You alright?
Yeah,
Nope.
man, I'm good. Always
Hi,
love
Brush.
having you on there. But you know what? What was it? Have you got anything in particular that you wanted to say?
No, not really. I thought the show was over, to be honest. I just come to see what's happening.
I do have an update on Andros Townsend, by the way.
United season.
Oh, what's it?
So I watched the video back and I contacted a mate of mine. So he's pivoted into his knee and it buckles inward. The suspicion is it is a complete off the bone ACL tear with his meniscus.
Oh, with the meniscus as well. So that's the cushion in between your knee. If you just
That's it. That's his season done.
Go on, Tariq, with
That
that
is his-
biology lesson. Go on.
Hey, I went to uni to study this, didn't it? You know what I mean?
There we go.
But yeah, it's hard.
It's season done. How old is he? This might be the
30.
end.
That's the end of
Yeah,
his
he's in
career.
his 30s. He's in his
That could
early
be,
30s, which
that could be the end of
Damn.
his Premier League career.
Yeah.
What were they
gonna
thinking
have to join
signing
us on
him,
here.
to be honest, in the first place?
At his former club as well. That's a horrible way. If it is.
Yeah.
That. Oh, but yeah, but
Well,
was
what were they thinking, Manchester Mania? They were thinking, okay, here's a player we can get on a free. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. You know, the man knows how to kick a ball, a la Manchester United, Manchester City. So
On Townsend's name. Townsend has.
Listen, put some
goals and
respect on his
5
name.
assists.
He sued at Old Trafford.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. Someone's just salty that he sued at the Trafford. So
But I think he's Everton's second top goal scorer this season. He has 7 goals and 6 assists or something like that. So
Listen, free transfer, proper experienced Premier League player. It was good business at the time, if you ask me.
He's got a crack
goal of
in
the
the
season winner as well.
But he's not like a player that's going to progress a team forward at his age. and
No,
his
but what the
quality.
problem was, right? Okay, so just bear with me a second, right? Everton last season had no wide players. So what Everton did with 1.7 million was get Townsend and Gray in, which gave us a wide man on the right and a wide man on the left for 1.7 million. We had no squad depth on the wings. We were playing Richarlison. We were playing Seamus fucking Coleman on the right hand side. So we needed to get squad depth in. So that is why we brought Townsend in, and that is why we brought Gray in. That's why.
Makes yeah.
For Windows getting you 7 goals, that's pretty decent, to be fair. I don't care what anyone
Yeah.
says.
And
Because-
our worldies as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. We're going to basically because we have gone probably about 20 minutes over the limit. But being as we've got everyone in, and we've got from both ends of the table, top, middle, and bottom. I always like to do this every week, and especially at an international break. So we'll start from we'll go to JC to Nikki to Manchester Mania to Matt, and then we'll go down from there. But we'll start off right. Who's winning the league? Who's finishing in the top 4? Relegation, and then you can think of the other trophies: FA Cup and Champions League still to play.
It's got the league table now.
Plenty. So JC, we'll start off with you. We'll give you the button first, and I'll finish it off because I want to hear everyone else's first.
Okay. When looking at who's going to be the champions, Liverpool have the momentum. They've won 5 in a row, and City haven't.
9.
No, I'm looking at the table. Has his last 5. I'm seeing that says 5 in a row. You know what? I don't want Liverpool to do it, but I think they will.
Say with your chest, Jordan.
You think, so you're going to say Liverpool?
City retain the champions just because I was going to say Liverpool, but Jamie chimed in, so I couldn't give him that.
He's gone. He's not having it. He's not having it.
Top 4,
Jamie has left the chat.
Yeah, I think top 4. I think the season will finish.
But basically,
with how it is exactly. City,
Okay.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, because I do think that Arsenal's form right now is looking very good, and they still have a game in hand.
Yeah.
And they've pulled a 3-point gap on Spurs as well. So, I think relegation, that's something else completely, because I don't know, I could, because it's Hodgson's specialty to get people out of impossible situations.
Jordan, be careful, boy. Be very careful here.
The thing is that I would not because of you, Matt. You're a lovely guy, but because of what Lampard said and how he said Palace isn't a big enough job for us, and how he would rather go to Everton so he could get away from a relegation battle. It wouldn't make me happier to see Lampard get relegated. Just because of that.
But the club, Jordan. Talk about the club.
He didn't, because we offered him the job, but he turned us down.
But aren't you in the elite bracket where you're one of the few clubs never to be relegated as well? Like,
Arsenal and Everton.
I think Arsenal and Everton. Yeah.
Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah, records are meant to be broken.
You can leave us on our own. Cheers, Matt.
Yeah.
Never won Champions League.
But I do think that Everton will scrape it, and I think it will be Watford, Burnley, and Norwich to get relegated. Ooh. Cups, FA Cup. I've got to back the Palace, man. Come on now. Gonna smash Chelsea.
Let me remind you the last time you went to the FA Cup final. What happened?
When I said
the last time we went to the FA Cup final, you bought the referee. Shut up.
Yeah, guess what? You're not in the FA Cup anymore, so you can't chat to me.
Selective memory then from Manchester Mania, who doesn't remember the last FA Cup final we were in.
Tariq laughing with his chest there, and they got knocked out in the 3rd round. Look at him.
Hey, 14 times. 14 times.
Is that it? Or are we talking
Champions League as well?
Calm down, Booker T. Calm down.
I don't even know. He's still in the Champions League.
When's that time you won at Wembley, Hanif? Huh? In the final?
Listen. I've got Champions League. I got FIFA World Club Championship. When you have that in your cabinet, which you never will, then come.
And now you've got American owners. So there you go. Use that as a trophy. But yeah,
Tariq, we're family now. Tariq, we're family now.
I don't know. I'm stuck between Real Madrid and Man City.
Oh God, stay stuck.
Not Liverpool.
Real Madrid. They got battered 4-0.
Yeah, but they look good in the Champions League though, because look what they did to PSG.
They didn't have Benzema today.
They didn't have Benzema today.
Yeah, but for conceding 4 goals, Benzema's not doing anything for them. You know what I mean?
It is a high flying Barcelona right now, so.
Yeah, their rebuild
with Galatasaray.
Their rebuild looks awesome. They're a lot further along than we are.
I'll say Bayern Munich.
Oh, interesting.
Get out. Well, go on. Get out. We're not friends. We're not friends.
You're a Dortmund fan.
Nikki, what about you then? So league who's
title.
Winning the league? Top
Liverpool.
4, relegation, and then the cups. Okay, Liverpool.
All right, league title, Liverpool. I think they've got the momentum. I think the slip up is it's weird. All the momentum is with Liverpool. Top 4. I'm gonna say this for any Spurs fan, you're gonna want to you're not going to like me. I think they will bottle it because they are the eternal bottle jobs, and I hate them.
Oh, Nick,
So I think Man United 5th, West Ham 6th. I think that will happen. I want it to happen so bad. Who do I think relegated? Jamie. It's been nice, but
Jamie, what?
Matt, Jamie, fucking
Well, if
no,
Jamie
actually, no.
got relegated,
Jamie, it's
that's
been
a
nice
madness.
having. Jamie,
I
it's
almost
been
said
nice having
Liverpool are going to win the
Merseyside
league and
derbies.
also get relegated. All right,
Yeah, they are. It's been nice
Mate,
having
that makes
Merseyside
Matt very
derbies,
happy.
but yeah, no, I
You
want
get off
Everton
your high
relegated.
horse just because you won a quarter final game against Everton. Get off your high horse, will you?
Sorry. What's that? I can't hear you from all the way up in, as it stands, 12th.
Wow.
Oh my God, 12. They're going on as if he's in Champions League.
12th. Oh my God, we are flying high.
And an FA
Yeah,
Cup
I
and
would-
Champions League. Oh, you haven't done the
FA Cup,
relegation,
Palace.
actually. Yep. Yeah.
Relegation: Everton, Burnley, Norwich.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry,
So Watford
Matt.
are
I'm
staying
sorry.
up?
I'm sorry, man.
Agent
You're a
Hodgson.
fellow countryman. FA Cup. It's gonna be Palace. Sorry,
Even
Hanif,
though
get
he's
out.
talking shit now.
Jamie, get out. Man City, get out. Champo, I will say Liverpool again.
Wow.
I know. No Man United fan likes me. Good.
I love you.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Don't mix me
Good.
with these.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
mix
but
me
I
with
like
these.
Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I like Arsenal, so that's fine. Europa, Barca.
West Ham for Europa. Anyways, Manchester.
Oh,
Mania.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool if West Ham won it.
What
But
are you?
anyways, yeah, I think I was looking at the remaining fixtures in the league, and Liverpool have easy games against Manchester United, against Everton, and against Newcastle. You know, so I think Liverpool will win the league. Man City second,
Wow.
Chelsea third. I'll still go with my heart and say Manchester United fourth, although I don't see it happening anymore. And then Arsenal fifth, Tottenham sixth. The bottom three, I think Everton, Watford, and Norwich will get relegated. And then for the FA Cup,
Matt's not happy, man.
face it, mate. Remember 2 months ago when you laughed in our face when we said Everton were going to get relegated? You said no way. It's a reality.
Everton do have a couple of games in hand, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but have you seen their running? They're 11 days to death.
The
Yeah,
games.
games in hand mean nothing until you win them.
Yeah, points on the board.
I bet you
Games
they
in
win one of
hand
them.
just mean
I bet you they
midweek
win one of
games.
them. I bet you they win one of them. Look,
Who's
United.
their games in hand, though?
Leicester,
they win
Burnley,
one.
and Watford.
Oh, then Burnley are going to beat Champshire, or at least a draw. You probably will beat Watford.
It's at Turf Moor as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But either way, yeah.
Weghorst
to the
might
FA
knock you out,
Cup,
bro. To be fair.
The
The
FA Cup,
Weghorst is a unit.
Yeah, Weghorst is basically baby Haaland, man. That guy, they're the same size,
Baby
man.
Haaland.
Yeah, but we have Mason Colgate playing centre half, so it's grand. He's sorting out.
Mason Colgate, yeah. I can't stand. I'm sorry, Matt. I love you, but I can't stand Godfrey and Holgate. I can't. They're just awful
Oh,
footballers.
can I, man? Oh, they play for my team. I fucking hate the whole team, man.
Yeah. So who was you saying Manchester Mania for the cups as well? FA Cup
for the
champions.
FA Cup, I think Liverpool will win it. For sure, actually, I'm positive about that. The Champions League, I will also say Liverpool. They're going to do the
What?
quadruple and become the best team to ever play in English football.
What the?
You're a United fan as well.
I know, but I say the truth, mate. I say the truth.
Oh man.
Not the truth, bro. It's an opinion. Sort yourself out. Check yourself before you wreck it.
Jesus.
Big up, Hanif.
What is this guy on? Brush. No, take this guy's license away from him.
Matt.
Is Hanif calling for the red card there? I think Hanif is calling for a red card.
Yeah. He's probably got some Hanif has, but Matt.
I'm a football referee. Of course I have some.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you didn't agree with him, Hanif. There's a fair few people out there that think you're a Liverpool fan.
Man United fan, you know what I mean? He might be. But Matt, come on, talk to me. I know you like Arsenal. I know you like me. So, but we'll get into the top four.
Man City,
of course,
to win. Oh no, sorry, Liverpool to win the league.
Oh,
Man City to finish second, Arsenal to finish third.
Moss is going
to Chelsea to finish fourth. The reason why I'm saying this is because I think Chelsea are more focused on the cup competitions this year, because they're not focused on the league at the moment, whereas Arsenal are like on that momentum run where they're like, if we keep winning, we'll definitely get fourth, and I think they'll end up falling into third. So yeah, Arsenal to finish third, Chelsea to finish fourth. Fifth place, I'm going to go with I think it might be. I'm going to say Man United, and then it's going to be a toss-up between Spurs and West Ham for sixth.
Yeah.
And then relegation. Do you know what? Like, Everton don't deserve to be in the league, but I'm not going to put them in the relegation battle because of the games in hand and stuff like that. But just because you have games in hand doesn't mean you have to actually win the games in hand. And the games in hand are midweek and stuff like that. But I do think Norwich, Watford, and I think Burnley are going to stay up. I think it's going to be probably Leeds or Brentford that get dragged into it. Even though Leeds and Brentford are picking up points at the moment, but my head is saying that it's going to be Norwich, Watford, and Everton.
Yeah,
which is bad. But I'm hoping Leeds or Brentford fall into it. Champions League, and this is why I think Champions League. I think Man City are going all out for Champions League, and that's why I think Liverpool are going to win the league. FA Cup, I think Chelsea are going to win the FA Cup, because Chelsea are either going to win the Champions League or the FA Cup. They're going to win one of them. What else was there left then? That's it.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. But
and Barcelona to win the Europa League because they're flying at the moment.
So Jamie, everyone's backed you to win the league, even though I'd say Man City are in the better position. But what's your thoughts?
Everton fans and United fans have backed Liverpool to win the league.
I know.
Football rivalry, does this not mean anything to you lot no more?
No, we're just nice people, man.
Oh man, this is. I think Liverpool will win the league. That game at the Etihad, I don't see Liverpool and City dropping many points from now till the end of the season. I really don't. Liverpool got probably the harder fixtures, but I rather play the harder fixtures than City's fixtures in a weird way, because that means you have to be on your game more. If that makes sense when you're in the running.
Yeah.
And City drop these weird points here and there, don't they? I think we'll beat City at the Etihad. Klopp's never beaten Pep at the Etihad yet. We've never beaten him in the league at the Etihad while Pep was manager. So I think this is when we do it. And I think we beat Pep and City at the Etihad, but then we go and lose. So yeah, we'll win the league. City second. Arsenal 5 points behind Chelsea with the same games played. I just don't see Chelsea dropping that many points. So Chelsea third. Arsenal comfortably fourth. They're in a better place at the moment. Man United, they got a manager who knows what they're doing. They got a system. They know what they want to play with. Although I think Man United have a better squad. Arsenal just in that consistent period, and when you're consistent, like I did the watch along for the Arsenal game and against Aston Villa because I was really interested to see how Arsenal would play after a defeat. I wanted to know what this new Arsenal team would look like after a defeat, because back in the day, Arsenal would lose a game, the following game they'd lose it, then they'd have a little downturn. But they outplayed Villa comfortably. I mean, comfortably. Such a comfortable victory for Arsenal. Really impressed me, opened my eyes a little bit. But I have been telling people, Arsenal fans for a while now, that Arteta does know what he's doing. Just get off his back and let him do what he's doing at this moment in time. Arsenal finished fourth. FA Cup, I think Man City will win the FA Cup. There you go. I know we got them in the semi-final, but I think we're going to beat them in the league, and then the FA Cup, I think, it's the week after.
Ooh.
So I think we win the league game. They get their revenge by winning the FA Cup game. Man City win the FA Cup. Champions League, Liverpool go win the Champions League, and they go play Manchester City in the final. It's going to be Liverpool Man City final, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. They're the two best teams in Europe. Liverpool Man City in the final. We're going to beat them to the league. We're going to beat them in the Champions League, and it's going to fucking hurt them. And then next season, Pep won't know what to do. He'll have a mental breakdown. He'll have to go back to New York in his little apartment and have therapy for a few weeks. And it'll kill him. And I want to hurt City. I want to hurt Manchester City. And I will give up the FA Cup and the quadruple to win the Champions League final against them and the Premier League and beat them at the Etihad, knowing we beat them on their own patch in front of their 7 fans to win the Premier League title. Relegation, Everton will stay up by winning that, by getting enough points at home for me in their home
against
games
United
to stay up. I think their home form is going to be the most important because I don't see them winning or getting a draw away from home at all. So
Everton have 11 games left and 7 of them are at home.
Yeah, I think their home results. I think they'll pick up enough points at home that will keep them up. And I think Burnley, Watford, and Norwich will get relegated. And Europa League, I couldn't give a shit about, so I don't care. But West Ham, let's go for fucking West Ham.
Yeah,
let's go for West Ham. Yeah, David Moyes, manager of the year.
Brush. Come on, bro. You got the final word.
What on David Moyes?
Give it.
Oh, Hanif, have you given yours?
No,
just Hanif has moved up because someone came out.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah. Apologies, Hanif. Yeah, Hanif, penultimate word.
No, Brush can go first. I'll go last. I don't mind.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go Man City for the league. Liverpool second. Chelsea third.
You see, Brush knows ball.
And Arsenal, fourth is yours to lose, really. And the momentum's with you guys, the way you guys are playing as well. I can't really see it slipping.
The smile on Tariq's face. Look at it. He's loving it. Loving it.
Rush isn't one.
Everyone's there like, oh yeah.
And I know a few of you guys have tipped Everton to go down, but I, for one, would miss the Merseyside derby were it to go away. And I can't see it. I can't see it at this stage. They have been absolutely dreadful, but I think there are 3 teams that will finish below them. Yeah. So I think because of that, they'll survive. And in the summer, serious surgery needs to be done. I think Burnley, it's time for them to go down. And I reckon they will be the 3rd team to go down. I think Norwich and Watford are there as well. Brentford at one stage did look like they would get dragged down into it, but I've found his scoring boots again. They've picked up a few points in recent weeks. Europa League, it's probably Barca in it, but what a story that would be if Moyes led West Ham to that.
Yeah, I want them to do
Champions League, logically speaking, it's going to be a City-Liverpool affair, isn't it? But come on, Benfica or Villarreal.
That's what you want to hear. That's what you want.
One of them would be decent. Obviously Bayern have got a shout as well, but like Jay said, these 2 are the 2 best teams in Europe for me. So a lot of it is just going to come down to Pep and Klopp, isn't it? Really.
I am interested though in Atletico Madrid, Man City, because I know Atletico Madrid are dog shit, but Simeone.
They're rubbish, Jay. Look at what you lot did to them.
I just want to see Simeone and Pep on the touchline. That's going to be interesting.
That would be. Honestly, I reckon City will make light work of them.
Oh, yeah. They're going to smash the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I do just want to bring it back just before you go to Hanif. Jamie basically just wants another Pep to go twice moment.
Twice.
Pep, when he did that twice, orgasmed so much his wife got pregnant.
How many times can you go, Pep? Twice.
Oh man. I was not ready for that one.
I have a feeling though, right? If Man City win the Champions League, Pep's gone. I
Nah.
think if Man City win the Champions
No.
League, Pep will leave. I think he will.
Yeah, he's completed then, hasn't it? He's done his job. But Hanif, we will finally get
That's
to you.
it.
My apologies, my bro. But I just wanted to say this, just point this out. Arteta, Everton, Arsenal, Everton, last game of the season. And what if top 4 and relegation still in the fight there? Storyline, Arteta, you know. But, you know, it could be. Who knows? I don't think it will, because I think top 4 will be sorted by then. And relegation.
It would be nice if Arteta let Everton win that game to stay in the league, wouldn't it?
True. He would still. Is he a legend? Is he?
Everton loved Arteta at the club. He was.
You'd have to say
absolutely
so. He was there
fantastic
for what, a good decade.
Yeah.
Nah, he wasn't there that long. I don't think, was he?
Well,
I think he was there 5 or 6 years.
And yeah, he was there when he was meant to get Champions League, but then Liverpool kind of.
Yeah, he actually it was the Villarreal game at home at Goodison. I think he got like an elbow in the back of the neck and he swallowed his tongue in the match. I think as well. It was one of those, but he was part of the whole. I think it was Liverpool won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Everton finished 4th, and that meant there was 5 teams, and then Everton ended up getting knocked out by fucking Villarreal, who ended up getting to the final that year as well. So it was one of those. But that was remember the referee Collina, was it Pierre Collina?
Yeah, Pierluigi. Yeah.
What was his name? Pierluigi Collina. He
Legend
came out of
referee.
retirement for that game.
I wish.
Bastard.
So you model him off, isn't it?
I wish I was that good.
But Hanif, come to you now.
Yeah,
Save the
Matty,
best for last,
I just want to say you look like a bit like Noel Gallagher to me, you know.
Not the first person to tell me that, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Now you said that, yeah.
Yeah, now he said it. I see it. I actually kind of do.
Look at that.
I'm going. Listen, look, I'm gonna back the best manager in the league, and that for me is Klopp. I've always said it's Klopp for what he's done to Liverpool and changing that team around from what it was. I think he's the best manager by far. So I'm going Liverpool. I'm going Man City. I'm not really bothered about 3rd or 4th because it doesn't really make a difference. But Tariq, just to keep you happy, you're gonna end up 4th. So we'll take 3rd. So that's the top 4. I think United will finish 5th. I think they've got too much quality to not finish 5th. I'll be surprised if it seriously gets worse than this. United 5th, and I would say Spurs. No, West Ham to finish 6th and Spurs to finish 7th. Back to Europa League conference, which they couldn't win. But yeah, relegation. Norwich, Watford.
Oh.
Ooh.
What's this pause of
Don't
suspense?
bottle it.
Come on, do it. Do it,
Burnley.
Hanif. Oh, boo.
I think Frank will do enough. I think Frank will just keep him up.
I forgot the connection.
1 point.
Forget this. This
one
is
point.
biased.
Shut up
point.
about
Got the bias.
nostalgia. He's an absolute moron.
I always liked you, man. Always liked you.
1 point. I think it'll be 1 point. I think Everton will stay in the league. By
It's gonna
1
be
point.
so
I don't-
close. I think it's gonna go down to the last games. I swear to you, it's
I
gonna be
think
so
so as
close.
well. I think it'll be 1
Tariq,
point.
you have one job.
Oh, no, we will.
Champions League. I think it's Man City. You know, I think Man City win the Champions League this year. I think Chelsea will win the FA Cup, and I think that'll be our lot for the season. And I think Barcelona will win the Europa League. Sorry.
There we go.
And that's it for me.
Big up, everyone. This has been a ball and Liverpool. So basically, everyone's saying Liverpool to win the league. Everybody's saying Arsenal.
City win the league.
Jordan won. And he's now blocked.
But yeah, well, I'm happy to hear everybody put Arsenal in 4th, didn't they? Yeah. Everyone. Like
No, hold on. I put you in 3rd.
Oh yeah, even
Matt
better.
went one up.
Yeah, but that's coming from someone who's in a relegation battle. He doesn't know how to finish 3rd.
Will you leave me alone?
Never. I will never leave you alone.
I've had a very emotional day.
I
Okay.
know.
This-
I
Talk
know.
about keeping it going down.
Now, hey, it's Rush. He said it. adding more salt
He's
to
not.
the
No,
wound.
he's not down yet. That's Tariq's job. Then he's down.
Pause. Carry
Listen,
on.
we'll see how he's going on next year. We'll see how he's going next year.
Sorry. Anyways, composure. Come on, we're adults now.
Hanif, you just make sure that you guys turn up against Palace in the semi-final. Just make sure you do that.
Oh, make sure
We're gonna batter them, mate. I expect. It's gonna be 3-1.
Yeah, Chelsea don't
They
like
won't even
Wembley,
have.
though.
They're not even going to have any fans there.
Yeah, we got no fans.
It doesn't matter.
Western Raiders.
Well, you know the good thing is we can walk it to Wembley, so we don't need we don't need transport. They can walk it. That's the warm up.
That's the warm.
But guys,
Put a jog on, lad. Put a jog on.
Sorry, Jordan, I didn't hear that. What was that? Sorry.
Who you supporting today?
Myself, because I was
He's on
reffing
loan.
this morning under 17s and bloody hell, it was about to kick off.
see, look, Hanif, it's not about the refs; it's about the games. All right.
No, it's about
refs
me when
always
I've got
make
no
it about
assistants.
themselves.
Listen,
exactly.
when I've got no assistants, it's only about me, about surviving a game.
You got a dad on the sideline. Is that what it was?
Dad, not the dad, the players.
Oh, Rafi was offside.
Yeah.
They always
ref,
keep asking me,
it's
did
a
you
foul,
see
ref,
that?
that's a
Quite
foul,
clearly
ref.
not. Yeah, quite clearly I didn't see it, but I just go with majority. So half the time I'm like, yeah, that way, boom. Yeah.
Just go with what's safe.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Shout out from the refs.
But guys, I really do appreciate it. We're going to wrap it up now. We're nearly gone for 2 hours in the end.
That's my fault, I think, Tariq. I came on at 1:01. I thought you were wrapping it up. I was like,
Oh man, appreciate you everyone in the chat who stayed in. We've got 8 people watching now. One big up to everyone. It's been quality. Once again, let's just give the time and space for everyone to give their shout out and so where you can find them. We'll start off with Hanif, being as we finish up with him. Let the people know where they can find you, my bro.
I'm everywhere. You can find me on here, on Tariq Talks, on Munzi Talks, One Touch TV. And if you want a voice or an opinion to hire, let me know. Big up to everyone.
Big up to yourself, Hanif. Jamie, thank you for coming on as well, my bro. Let the people know where they can find you.
So you can find me on my YouTube channel, Jamie Phillips Football Chat. And if you don't want to be blocked like Jordan, follow me on Twitter. Jamie, I can't even remember my Twitter handle now. Jamie LFC39. Jamie LFC39 on Twitter.
There you go, my man.
Big up
Matt,
to all you guys.
Thank you again as well for coming on. Let the people know where
No
they can
bother.
find you.
you can find me in a ditch somewhere in a few weeks' time whenever they get relegated.
You can find him in the championship.
Oh, Mickey's still out. He's still out.
Palace elbow with a shot.
Oh, listen, I'll take it. My Twitter handle there at Smitty2. On the weekly Armchair Sports Talk YouTube channel, and you can find me on Monday hosting the Talk of the League podcast and talking absolute rubbish on this channel sometimes as well. Fair play to you, T.
Big up, man. Big up. And Brush, I know you ain't got a picture, but let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Brushy87.
There we go, man. Yeah, Brushy87. Make sure you do give him a follow. It's always talking sense on there, ain't you, Brush?
Most
on Twitter, which is hard to do. And also, you know what? The Palace faithful. We're on their channel. This is the Palace channel. They deserve it. They deserve the last word as well. Both of them, JC and Nikki. You know what? It's glad.
It's more so JC. It's more so JC.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys,
we're all part of the team. We're all part of the team.
It's a family here. It is a family. Do you know what I mean? That's what YouTube's about. It's all of us in the community, and big up everyone in the chat as well. You already know where you can find me, people. On Eagle Eye Football a lot of the time, and on Tariq Talks. Big up everyone. Anyone got any final last words?
Yeah, we're going to win the trophy. Hanif, get out.
Save the bridge. Save the bridge.
Make sure you check out the fan cam right at the end. Definitely. People.
Yeah, we got an exclusive interview with Palace's owner. So that's what we won.
Jeez. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much, people. We're going to be loving and leaving you. And we're out.
Up the Palace.
Up the Palace.